Thank you very much. I am Stamford Chidge. This is the Chelsea Football Fancast, fueled by Guinness, powered by celery, and the show that always eats blue cake. More of that later. Now, the name of this show tonight, of course, is what's going to be called Flying High, but I've changed it. Late change to the show title. I've decided to call it Foxtrot Oscar, which somehow feels far more appropriate, but there you go. Anyway, it was good to see Zuma, Aki and Luis and the legend that is Petr Cech getting a start in the Capital One Cup win against Bolton in midweek. A match the pundits thought was a close-run thing, but of course in reality was a stroll. A stroll for yours truly as well, as I was lucky enough to be a guest in the Directors' Lounge for the match where I had some personal time with the European and the Europa Cups. More of that later. Oh yes, and some blue cake at half-time. Saturday was also a stroll for Chelsea as we put the Villains away 3-0 without really getting out of second gear. And remember, this was first against third. Oscar looks like he's back and Costa scores again. Happy days at the Bridge. Sadly, I was unable to make the game on Saturday because my lovely Chelsea supporting mother-in-law passed away on the Friday evening. Now, she saw us win the title in 1955 and saw Jimmy Greaves play, for which I was always completely and utterly jealous. But she was an all-round lovely, lovely lady, and I would love to dedicate this show tonight to her. Now, to raise the tone a bit, they're all looking a bit, ooh. No, don't be, ooh. Celebrate the fact. Jonathan, it's lovely to see you.
Thank you. Forgive me eating, but...
It's all right, you know. You're late as always.
As always.
Next time, can you make sure you're eating blue cake?
Yeah, I know that. I feel embarrassed now you mentioned blue cake, and I've got unfortunate red pomegranates. From now on, I will never bring anything red to Chelsea.
No red. We've got rid of the red table tonight.
Yeah.
You can't quite see it on that shot. There you go. We've got a nice pine IKEA-style table. Really? Tonight, the red has gone.
Can I ask a question? I'm under the impression you're going to be unveiling an assistant today.
No. She will be unveiled next week.
I'm not here next week.
Oh, that's a shame.
I was looking forward to it.
Oh, never mind. She'll be back, and so will you.
Okay.
Right, moving on. Somebody who we have not seen. This is the first time we've seen in this season. Dazza, I feel the need for applause for seeing Darren.
Give him a hug.
I do feel like that. By all means, give him a hug if you want, mate. You know,
Dazza.
You've given me enough this evening.
It's great to see you, mate.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I know it looks different, obviously, from watching the show, but I didn't know we couldn't really see the benches anymore either, though. So
you can see the benches.
I can see
you
Diane.
Can't see the benches. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I can see a red table as well, Chidge. So it's
I know, but
we've
hidden it out of off the set. We don't want anything red on the set.
There is red in the Chelsea colours. I mean,
that's true.
Be honest,
I know, but not a solid red like that.
No, a little red. It should be just a tinge.
A red trim, in fact, as Ross has so weirdly said in my ear. Anyway, brilliant to see Jonathan. I mean, it really is genuinely lovely to see Darren back for the first time this season. And of course, the Thibaut Courtois or the Zuma or whoever you want to call really from our new sign. Perhaps he's Diego Costa for the Chelsea Fancast. I'm not sure. But I can tell you one thing for sure. He is Seb. And as always, it's lovely to see Seb back on the show.
Good to be back, Chidge.
You happy?
Yeah. It's
good.
As usual.
Good stuff. All right. OK, on with the show. Who else have we got tonight? Well, of course, we've got our lovely benches this week. We've got some special people on the benches as always. And we have, in no particular order, we've got the lovely, lovely, lovely Andy Silverman.
Evening, Chidge.
How are you, mate?
Not too bad.
I know you're in a bit of pain. You're doing a Costa, mate. You're doing one for the team, turning up whilst injured.
Right, yeah. I can only do about 67 minutes.
Is there any truth in the rumour that you are in fact flying high tonight, Andy?
It's just the way I walk, Chidge.
We've also got the lovely Diane all the way from Dubai. Hello, Diane.
Hello, Chidge. How are you?
I'm very well, my love. And we've got two new people. We've got the lovely Matt. Matt is an OC hooligan, aren't you, Matt?
Yes.
It's good to see you, fella. And you got... what's he got on his T-shirt? I can't... Oh, he's got Chelsea on his T-shirt. There you go.
Stand up,
lovely.
see it
we won't see him either.
Yeah,
Enough of that.
fine.
Matt's great to see you. And Phil, isn't it? Your other mate from LA?
Yes.
Great to see you both. I think actually I'm feeling so magnanimous tonight. I think round of applause for the benches. Oh yes, lovely stuff.
Benches, give us a wave. Benches,
right, there we go. Now,
can I ask him a quick question?
Go on
Phil
then.
and Matt, do you drink in the old ship?
Oh yes.
You do. Do you know Andy Ray then?
Oh yes.
Fantastic.
We had that conversation before the show.
Well, it's more interesting on the show. He's over in a few weeks with the Palace.
I like
game.
to keep something secret, Darren. You know, it's kind of how I roll. Anyway, look, back to what we're doing tonight. If you want to be on the benches in future shows, I would love to see you here. And all you have to do is email me, chelseafancast@gmail.com, and I will make it happen. Now, on the show tonight, we're going to be having a look at Well, they're not really Ross's or my ratings. We kind of just made them up this week, but we're going to be having a look at them for the Villa and the Bolton games, of course, and we'll obviously be discussing in depth and wonderfully analytical detail not both matches. We've also got our fannies for this week. Now, we're going to have fannies for the Bolton game and the Villa game, but not combined this week, and more to the point, because I had other things on my mind, as I'm sure you'll understand, they're not on the website. So tonight it is a free vote for the people that are here. So as you can imagine, mayhem will ensue. So that will be a giggle. And of course, to wrap up the show, as we always do, we'll be having a look at Chelsea Chadder's stats. On that point, here's a stat for you about Chelsea Chadder. He has just become a father for the first time. Yes! Definitely. Well done, Chadder. Good to see that they're working. Anyway, so well done, Cheddar. So we'll have a bit of Chelsea Cheddar stats. We'll have a bit of Chelsea supporter news roundup. We try and have a chat about the Twickenham situation within all of that. But during the show, of course, tweet us at Chelsea FanCast. And, of course, if you're on Mixlr listening in, hopefully the sound is OK and you're having a chat in there. Sadly, our new assistant is not here this week, so I cannot interact with you without going completely mental. So apologies for that, but do chat with each other. I know you enjoy doing that. Right, without further ado, I think it's time for us to talk about the ratings for the Villa game. So can we have a look at the old scoreboard, he says, in a Bruce Forsyth type way?
Hazard might get a 6, I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Jonathan? Can you see those there, Jonathan?
No, he doesn't get a... He was a 6.
He's got a 7.
There's a lot to be discussed about that in a minute. Shall I just run through them first for the benefit of those that can't see the pictures? Courtois got 7. They are actually, I think, particularly generous this week. Courtois got 7. Aspie got 7. Cahill got 7. Terry got 7. Ivanovic got 8. Matic got 7. Fabregas got 8. Hazard got 7. I did toy with the idea of giving him a 6, but there'll be more on that later. Oscar got an 8. Willian got an 8. Costa got an 8. And the subs, Schürrle, Mikel and Remy, all got 6. So there we go. What do you think about that, Jonathan?
I think they're a bit elevated this week.
I know, I thought I'd just keep you on your toes. Do you know why? Do you know why they are? Because I wasn't at the game.
No.
And nobody sent me any ratings, and I just went to Sky.
I should have sent you some ratings, shouldn't I?
No. We did say this last week. I completely forgot
I just
to ask
sent you fannies. I sent you fannies and Guinness and whatever.
But never mind. But they were quite generous. At the end of the day, we won 3-0 and it was a stroll. What more do you want?
Well, I just felt that Hazard didn't contribute much.
I can't wait till we get into the meat and potatoes of this after the break, because I noticed there was a bit of, bit of negativity about Hazard, and there's something that Mourinho said. But can we wait? Because I really want to go into that. But I don't agree right now. So we've got our starting position set up.
Okay, that's a good position to be in.
What do you think of the ratings, Darren? First time you've been involved in a ratings discussion for a while.
Yeah, I don't feel as strongly as Jonathan does about Hazard. I don't think it's that bad. I don't necessarily think he maybe got a 7, but he's got very high standards that he sets himself. So,
Later for that. What about Oscar? He was good, wasn't he? He looks like he's back.
You can't judge it in a game, but yeah, it was good to see him score and whatnot.
Yeah, but there are 2 games, remember. I thought he was pretty good against Bolton.
You're talking about one game at the moment.
I am talking about one game at the
well,
moment.
then, so you can't judge it on
good
one game.
Good to see you. Clearly you're back as well, Darren. I'm so pleased to see it. Seb, quick word on the old ratings. Are we miles away there, or what?
I think they're pretty fair this week.
You see, this is the thing. You moan at me when I only give everybody 6, and this week he's moaning because everybody got too high. I can't win with you lot.
No, I think they were all deserving of a 7.
Other than Hazard. Well, there we go. But you're happy.
I'm pretty happy.
Good. So basically, I've got an ally in Seb, and the 2 cantankerous people are, as always, Jonathan and Dan.
I never said anything. I said I thought he was harsh on Hazard.
We're analytical, aren't we,
So
no, we're not being defensive.
I would give you 8 for your defence at the moment. That's how defensive you're being. I'm going to move on to some people who actually like me, apparently. They are the benches. Benches, what have you got to say about the ratings?
I pretty much agree with most of them, but yeah, I wouldn't have given Hazard a 7.
Controversial, Diane.
I'm here to be controversial.
That's what I love about you. What about you guys? Andy, Matt, Phil?
Yeah, I think they were very generous. I didn't see 5 players get 8 marks in that game. And Courtois a 7 for, I don't even think he made a save, but yeah, quite generous.
He made 1 save, apparently. I'm reliably informed.
Oh, okay, I missed it.
You're all a bunch of curmudgeons, and I thought you liked me. I was clearly wrong, but never mind. I mean, what I noticed. Admittedly, I'm stuffed because I saw the Sky highlights, which thankfully are a bit longer than the match of the day.
The 50-minute version.
The 50-second one you get on Match of the Day, but they're generally quite good.
Yeah.
I also read, interestingly, there was a very good match report in the Guardian this week, which was it seemed to be very accurate in terms of what I'd heard had gone on and what I saw. But I thought Willian had an absolutely smashing game.
Other than his inability to hit the target, except for the beginning and the goal.
Yeah, but he was impressive, I thought. I really thought Oscar did well. I mean, the one person we haven't... Well, Branner, again, I think is probably our most consistent player this season. Again, putting a great shift. He's changed his game massively this season, I think.
Has he changed his game because Mourinho has told him to do so?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Possibly the pressure of Luis as well, maybe.
If he doesn't play well, Aspie comes in and then...
or Luis,
yeah.
who we know is great going forward. And I think, who have we not mentioned so far, Darren? It's amazing, isn't it? This for me, is the mark of how good we were, that we haven't mentioned Costa yet, who scores his 8th in 6 games.
But he seemed strangely out of sorts, didn't he? But
it was his headers,
nonetheless.
Darren.
He had 2 headers which went too close to the keeper. I don't know if he could have actually got any more power on them. I didn't actually think he was going to score at one point, but it is just good that he does sort of...
Tell you what I really... Sorry, no, Seb, you were going to say something.
But that's a good thing that he didn't play well, but he still scored. Whereas last year, he might have had a good game, but might not have scored in that sort of game where it might have been really tight. So that's a good sign of a good striker right there. And that's what we need.
The 4th goal was his as well. Sorry, the 3rd goal was his as well because of the amazing run that he did.
Tell you what I liked about Costa, apart from the fact that he's yet again scored another goal. I thought his build-up play was great as well, and his link play was brilliant. I mean, I'm loving him totally. Now, unfortunately, we've got to go to a very, very quick break, but we will be back in a very short while to carry on having a proper chat about the Chelsea-Villa game. See you in a second.